What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Different Lens podcast. My name is Juan Felipe Sierra. I've been in the entertainment industry for the past 14 years, and this is...
And I'm Daniel. I'm just your usual nerd. I like games, movies, music, a little bit of everything.
All right. So what do we got today?
So today's episode is actually going to be very interesting. So welcome to season 2. Today marks the beginning of a new season for us. And what does that mean exactly?
Well, we're going to have some guests. We're going to have games. We're going to have interviews. We're going to have a whole lot of things just for you guys.
Yeah, and so we're looking into doing a few more things, be a little more engaging with you guys as well, whoever's watching, whoever's listening. So stay tuned for some of those things coming up in the couple of weeks, months, everything that encompasses new season. So for today, we're starting the season strong. We're having a special guest coming in today, and we're going to be doing our own kind of hot wings.
Yeah, very hot wings episode.
Hot chicken nuggets.
Hot chicken nuggets. Yeah, it's not wings. It's not wings, so we don't get, sued.
So we're going to get personal. We're going to ask them questions. So we're going to get a little, hopefully not too emotional.
Oh, I'm going to be crying and sweating and just feeling like...
So between all of that, I think it's going to be a great episode. So stay tuned. Today we have a very special guest. We have Ana, who is Juan's sister. Mm-hmm. And, well, we're going to get into the challenge. So, Ana, would you like to say hello to the camera?
Hello everyone. My name is Ana Lucia, and yes, I am Juan Felipe's sister, and I'm very honored to be here. I love you guys' podcast, even though I'm not so into video games, so those episodes I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about, but I love the project, and I'm here to support.
Excellent. Awesome. Are you ready for some really good wings?
Okay, so basically, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do... Daniel and I are going to ask 3 questions each, and then the last question, Ana Lucia is going to ask us to bring it home, okay?
And they're going to get spicier as we go, so...
Yeah,
and the questions are going to get spicier, too. Don't think it's just the chicken nuggets.
The chicken.
Okay.
All right,
so do you want to take it, do you want to start with your question?
First, we're going to start with the chicken, and then question.
Sure. All right, so...
I'm nervous.
Unveil the chicken.
I'm not good with spice. So, oh my God.
This is sweet chili sauce. This is not too spicy. Just to start the conversation.
All right.
Grab your proverbial chicken wing. Chicken nugget.
Chicken nuggets.
Okay.
I think so.
One more.
All right, ready for the ASMR?
I didn't hear anything.
I can hear it. It's going to sound amazing. Okay. Good start.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Actually.
Mm-hmm.
Thai sweet chili sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's good.
Yeah, it's a good. Yep. Sweet. A little tangy. Good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good tang to it.
Mm-hmm.
Good tang. All right.
My question is, if you could slap any Disney princess, who would you slap?
Like slap.
Like,
be abusive.
Oh my goodness. That's a good question.
Could it be from like the modern movies, or
it
has
could
to be
any Disney princess?
Great.
I would go with Ariel.
Ariel.
Yeah.
Ariel. Interesting.
Yeah, I feel like she lost more than just her voice for a man. And I mean, she defies the father. She has like no sense of priorities. Everything is just like about this man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I just feel like life cannot just revolve around the man. Like it should be about...
Or one person in general.
But like your life should be about you. And she made it about other people. And I don't know. I just feel like she irritates me a little bit on how she lives her life. And so it's just maybe she's too naive. I don't know, but she loses a lot more than just her voice. But I feel like, especially in today's society, having a voice is so important. And so losing the voice, it just seems like, why would you do that over winning anything? I just feel like losing your voice is just so awful. And so that's the Disney princess that I would slap, probably.
Good, solid choice. I'm going straight with the kill. I mean, I would slap Snow White, the more recent one. I just hated that interpretation and the way that they try to make it. They were changing it, and I couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
And obviously that she's not the princess in real life, but like all the comments that she was making outside of it.
The actress.
Yeah.
Rachel Ziegler.
Yeah. But the princess itself, like that adaptation and the way that they portrayed the other, that Snow White, I just didn't like it very much. So, and I saw snippets of it just to kind of like see what people were talking about, and I couldn't, I didn't, I liked the original better.
Nice. Well, I think I would slap the Sleeping Beauty. First of all, get your lazy ass out of there. No, just kidding. But you have nothing. You have no personality. Everything is just like, It's like, can you get a personality, please?
She's very vanilla. Yes.
Yeah, she's very vanilla, and
Yes.
it's just like, bro, have some edge. I like people with edge. I like a little people with that has a little bit of like, tell me I'm an asshole or something. Yeah, just get angry, get have other reactions than just. It's like, come on.
Yeah. Okay.
I agree.
All right.
I agree.
Good. I think that was a good round.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
The sauce was great.
The sauce was great.
So now going into green sauce.
Just hear the-
Okay. A little bit of a step up. Already?
Yeah. No, it it stayed in the back of my throat. Oh my God.
I actually,
Okay,
that's
it's
a
good.
good tasting sauce.
Yeah.
It's actually really good tasting sauce.
With like some like potatoes or some like or some salmon. Ooh. Oh boy.
But these wings are slapping.
Yeah.
Well, chicken nuggets. All right. So as we know, chicken nuggets, wings are kind of like that comfort food that you can have, right? You can just go and pick up wings. You can pick up chicken nuggets, and it's kind of like a comfort food, right? So my question comes to that in mind, and I want to ask you guys, what song, what movie, or what game brings you guys or takes you back to a good memory that makes you feel like you're in your comfort zone? It could be a song, it could be a movie, it could be a series that you can just immediately feel at ease.
So to me, it's not necessarily one particular song, but it's like doing a dance off, like being able to have like Colombian music and being able to like move my body to it.
Okay.
Kind of doesn't really matter too much the song of it, but it's just like those rhythms like going through my body, but especially like, old songs that I grew up with
The
that
nostalgia factor.
yeah, or I don't know if it's nostalgia, just it's that longing back to my roots. But it feels good. And so it's that music flowing in my body. Like the other night I was listening to Totola Momposina.
Okay.
And it doesn't really matter the songs. It just it gets into my body, like my cells feel it, and it feels good. And so that type of music, like my roots, it's that type of music that makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Alive.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. But when I'm like anxious, I mean, I'm Christian, and so that Christian music, like the gospel type of music, that also like helps me like regulate, but not always. But if I need something to where it's like, okay, let me feel alive, then I need to go with like Colombian music.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
Nice.
What about you,
So
sir?
I'm most likely gonna go for like the music side.
Yeah.
Because I'm more drawn towards like that music that just like brings down the energy, that has that like nice like feeling of warmth and just embrace. So if I'm going like calm and just kind of like deep thought, Fast Car by Tracy Chapman, especially the 1988 live version.
Okay.
It is beautiful. I'm obsessed with that song. And with Tracy Chapman, she is a fantastic songwriter and singer. But if I need to like amp myself of like I'm ready to just fight the skies, I go with Figure .09 from Linkin Park.
That's a very distinctive.
Almost opposite.
Yeah.
100%.
100%. But hey, if that's your comfort, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me is there is a song from El Grupo Nietzsche called Mi Pueblo Natal. And for me growing up away from home, that was a song that like always made me tear up a little bit because it just reminded me so much of my home, of our country, our beautiful country. And it's like home away from home, listening to that song itself and like listening to, those good old songs. It just brings you back. And if you haven't heard it, I think it's a phenomenal song, but I love that song so much. To this day, I still do it.
Yeah.
Cool.
The lyrics of that song is just so beautiful. By the way, even my eyelids are, I think that they're like sweating. And so it's like, I don't know that I'm handling this properly.
That's okay.
We're not gonna be handling towards the end.
We're gonna
be
get
like,
better.
Oh,
There's so
God.
much more.
Oh God.
And
all
that's-
right. So now we're moving on to black truffle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this one is not that bad. We tried a little bit of each one of them so that we could gauge the hotness of the sauce.
What niece?
I'm sorry, that just kind of looks like
Just put it on top.
Cat vomit.
Put it on top.
the color is not appealing.
The color is definitely not appealing.
I'm gonna die. I'm literally putting a lot on top of it. Just
Yeah, I kind of flipped it. Mmm. Mmm.
You can feel the
The truffle.
black truffle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
wow.
I'm not gonna lie, this kind of was like a step down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like if that one was supposed to be hotter, it's not.
Yeah.
It was just tasty.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
tastier.
it is.
Yeah,
It's just-
it has that unctuousness.
Mm-hmm.
So for my second question, which was supposed to be a little hotter, if you could have, like, if you could have any superpower and you could do something evil for one day, what would you do?
Okay, the superpower, I would answer the evil. I don't know that I want to do anything evil. That's just not in my nature. I'm just gonna be honest.
Like, you don't want to like slap somebody, pull their pants down, or
No,
kick them in the ass.
no, no, not at all.
I know that for sure you would do something to me.
I already did. I already traumatized you in our childhood, and so I don't need to do that anymore. That's already done. Now I'm seeing the consequences here. I'm just kidding. But what superpower I would love to have? But this is like not just for one day. This is like practical life. Like
Okay.
if I could keep that the superpower, I would like to be like Elastigirl and be able to like, like I could be like.
Very convenient.
Yeah, like I could
Yeah.
be. So I'm a mom, right? And so I could be like sleeping, and then my kid's in the other room, and I just have to like stretch my arm all the way there and just be like, shh, 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 shh. But I don't have to move. I don't have to like get up
Can you
out
imagine?
of bed.
Convenience in mind. I love that.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine, can you
Yeah,
imagine
that's
you're
great.
trying to like appease them and you're just like the finger in the nose?
No, I'm saying like moving the bed a little bit, or just in general, like being able to be with my kid, and then it's like the stove, I have to like turn it off, and I could just like stretch my arm and then do it. Like I wouldn't have to move.
Yeah.
So it's a superpower that I would like to keep, not just for like 24 hours, but I would
Okay.
like to keep that power
Good.
and just be able to like stretch all over.
Okay. Good. For me, my superpower, and I think I've mentioned it before, it's super speed. I just love the fact that you can just do so many tasks like so quick. I would just convenience too, right? Like you can just get things done in a moment, in an instant. I think that's better because I don't want to read anybody's mind. I don't want to know what's
So
going
I
on through your
have
head.
thought of that, and then I thought that is an overwhelming superpower, because then I think that it will be too intrusive. I don't know that I could like turn it off. I don't necessarily want to know everyone's every thought. I feel like that will be too much.
Mm-hmm.
And that's almost like unnecessary, because there's a
Yeah.
lot that I wouldn't want to know of the thoughts that you have, whether they're like insignificant or they're like a big deal. I wouldn't want to know. And I've thought of that superpower, and it's like, I think that I'd rather just do something a little more simpler. The other one, it will be, I don't know how to say that, but like teletransporting, like going from one space to another. Oh, that will be so great.
Yeah.
So great. I wouldn't have
it's
had
convenient.
to drive so much to get here to
Better
your
for the
studio.
planet.
But yeah.
Yeah, it would be eco-friendly.
Yeah. I think the only bad thing that I would do, and I think that there would be a massive issue if that actually went through, but it's like I'd like to turn everything off for one day. Just no electricity, nothing, just nothingness.
I mean, the world would be screwed.
Yeah, absolutely. But I don't know. I feel like we kind of need that. We're getting to a point where like we need to disconnect a little bit, and
Yes.
it's very difficult to do so because everywhere we look at, there's a screen. There is always something that takes our eyes away from everything. So I just feel like it's a bad thing because I know massive things will collapse. But
Yeah.
hey, why not?
I mean, the subway in New York would just get filled with water.
Yeah.
And everybody would die.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's a bad thing. It's just, I know it's a bad
You
thing.
just went like full, like,
super villain.
yeah, you would just slap everybody like all the way around.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Why not?
I think I would have like if I had a power just to do like evil shit, I would just do like really petty. Like if I like my superpower would just be like I could make somebody feel like everything is sticky. Like everything feels sticky. Like even this, or like the clothes feel sticky, the hair feels sticky. So like everything would just feel sticky.
Oh, so walking in Florida in the middle of summer,
Like yeah, mid-July in the middle of the sun,
just walking around.
but like anything that you touch, even if it's cold, it's sticky. Like it just has that like ugh feeling. And I would just love to be just laughing in the sand, like dumbass.
Oh my God.
Especially because I just got a preface. If you've never driven in Florida, the power that I'm saying would make Florida drivers 10 times better. Because if you cross me, I'll be like, and then you feel everything sticky, and you're like, oh,
and then you cause an accident.
I'm doing something evil.
Yeah.
Mwahaha.
And people die. Anyways, and the superpower.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, to make people feel sticky.
Oh, and okay, so superpower and villain at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Because
okay,
you're criticizing me that I'm gonna cause one accident when you're gonna flood the entire New York subway.
would've just
You
won.
hypocrite.
you just wouldn't go one. I'm sure you'd be like, you get it, you get it, you get it. Somebody
Yeah.
beep at me, you get it.
I'll go into like a board meeting on a conference room of like one of these like rich places and just be like,
Exactly. You see?
I'll just be petty.
See, you want to do something like massive. Everyone gets affected.
Yeah.
You're like taking it personal. Like
Yeah,
I choose
I'm petty.
to mess with you. I choose to not
Yeah,
mess with
I
you.
want to make sure that you know it was me.
Okay.
That you know it was me.
Oh my god.
Sorry, it's a scene from a movie.
Well,
A
A TV
show.
series. Amazing.
It's a great TV show.
I'm guessing I'm in your blacklist for all the trauma that I caused.
Oh, you'll be the
Your
first.
childhood. Yeah,
Shut
I'll be the
up.
first
You-
one.
she'll
I'll be
be
the
the
first
first.
one.
Look at you. You're just thinking about it. You're like,
I
what would I
know,
do?
No. The first that I would do it to is my mom's dog. Just because I'm
Wow.
a petty bitch. like that.
Poor little animal.
Oh,
I feel
and
bad
I would
for
do it.
it.
I would do it to the
Animal
neighbors
abuse.
upstairs because I think like my mom and I have this theory that the lady upstairs puts heels on just for the house.
I had a neighbor like
have some
that.
of
So
those,
shout
yeah.
out to the neighbors upstairs. They're awful.
The-
Thank God I moved out of a
The asshole
condominium.
neighbors that put heels on just inside the house.
Yeah.
And they dig those things into the fucking carpet, and you're just like, or tile, and you're just like, bro, it's 12:30 in the morning. Let me just sleep, bro.
This is why you have to install soundproof.
And
So
this
you
is why
cannot
you need
do
to
that.
slap your neighbors every now. No,
Oh my goodness.
I wish.
He's a really bad example
Yeah.
Of what?
of life.
Yes. If there's one takeaway, don't be like me. Be better than me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So now we're jumping
Next one.
into
Oh my God.
Tabasco.
The good old trusty tobacco.
The Tabasco.
Tabasco.
Let me.
I'm not sure about this one.
Yeah.
You're gonna.
not that bad.
This is gonna fucking.
No, I'm
make
gonna
you
have
grow.
to do it. I'm just.
This is gonna make you grow
Just put a
fucking
bunch on it.
a beard.
Yeah. Just
There you
shake
go.
it.
There you go.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh my God. My. Okay, my nose is really now like all
That
sweaty.
was great.
Probably red.
Bro,
this is great.
I'm sorry, but my nipples just got hard from this thing. I'm glad I'm wearing this overshirt.
Oh my God.
Oh, that sauce is so good.
Ooh, my lips are on
I love Tabasco.
fire. I love Tabasco.
You say what? Your lips?
My lips are on fire.
Oh no, I love Tabasco. I feel like it's for me Tabasco is more like on a 4 out of 10. It's still very doable.
Yeah.
You can put a lot of it and it's still very doable. And it's very tasty.
Yeah. So
But
what's
there
your
are better
question?
tasting hot sauces out there. I know
Yeah,
that for
that's
sure.
not as flavorful.
All right, let's start with the next question. Right, that you're hot in there.
Oh yeah.
All right. So you guys talked a little bit already about like that sibling rivalry, like things have happened in the
Rivalry.
past.
Sorry.
I'm gonna touch on that now.
Okay.
So I know it almost occurs, but what is something that, and this is not necessarily of things that you guys done to each other, but what is something that growing up you guys feel like you at some point maybe felt jealous about each other in the sense of like maybe, you know, she had her shit together and maybe you were very spontaneous or something. Like what is something that growing up or maybe to this day is something that you guys kind of feel like you'll be like, yeah.
I mean, it would be us two and then us two because you don't really know each other.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I grew up being like the poster child, right? I was like the perfect little child. My brother and all of the other cousins that we grew up together very, very closely, everyone was being compared to me, right? Like, you have to be as Anna, as good as Anna, good student as Anna, this as Anna. And I wasn't trying to be perfect. It just, I don't know, I was a better student than most in my family.
Okay.
And so it created a lot of pressure for me. And it created a lot of pressure for everyone else too.
Naturally,
Because they needed to be, as good as someone else. And being measured like that and compared constantly, it's really exhausting. Being the point of reference that they were comparing to was very exhausting. And so I know that affected how we would interact with each other. But I felt like he had more freedom. Like, there was less expectation on him. And so when he would be like being a little more like rebel or whatever, there was a little bit more understanding or flexibility. Yeah, my mom was very strict and there were rules and all of that. There were certain expectations, but the expectations for him, I feel like they were lower. And so it's like, if I would mess up, it was like a huge mess up. If he would mess up, it's like, to a degree you could understand it, justify it, support him. And so it was a completely different experience.
Right.
For me, being that point of reference. And I envied that freedom of being able to like mess up and it's okay. For me, it was like, you messed up and oh my God, it's the end of the world. Right. And so it was too much pressure,
of course,
for a little girl. And that created a whole thing of being a perfectionist. And so that is no fun ever. Too much pressure. But I did feel that jealousy of, he can mess up and almost like they can understand it, or they can expect it. Okay. So that was that. I think
I can see that being yeah.
So what about like you and I, so I can answer both?
Sure. For me, I mean, I think we've mentioned it before. We talked about this a little bit before, but for me, I'm very introverted. So like even doing this podcast has been a way of me coming out a little bit of that shell of like trying to be more outgoing and stuff like that. And naturally, a lot of people think that I'm very extroverted because, you kind of have to do that when you're working with other people. But naturally, I'm very introverted. I come here and sometimes I sit in my house with like no sound for like 2 hours. And I'm just like, perfect.
He's just in the corner, just looking at the corner. Just
yeah, because I'm just...
Even the cats are like, what's going on? He needs help.
So, I've always been very introverted. So one of the things that always have seen is when you go to those Comic Cons, when you are being your voice actor and you're having to do all these things, for me it's like, wow, like that must take so much energy to have that like always like at 100%, like cranked up at 100% to like meet so many people and like do so much stuff. Like that's something that I wish I could do, but I just don't have that energy to like be 100% myself, like all going all out every single time. I don't know. That's something that I commend you for that, man.
Thank you. So I'm going first. We've mentioned it like in the past, like in our private lives, that I was always, like you said, like I was you were always the reference. So I was never Juan. I was Anna's brother for many things. And the level of respect that you command and that you make people understand that you have, it's something that I always was looking for in my life, because I was always the fuck up. I was always just let him be. He's going to mess up at some point. But you were like, no, let's build her up. Let's do things for her. Let's help her up. And I was always like by the waist side. So the level of just support, but also respect that you command, it's something that I'm like, yeah, motherfucker. But also like over the years, I'm like, oh, so it was all smoke and mirrors. You're not really like that. It's just that you have to put in that front a lot of the time. So getting to see those cracks in the armor made me less jealous, because I'm like, oh, so she's just as messed up as I am, is just in different ways.
In a different way, yeah.
So, and with you, we've already mentioned it before, that you like to have the best in life. The best colognes, the best clothes, the best car, the best everything. Everything is the best. And I've always been kind of like a scrappy person of like, I mean, if I have clothes, cool. I use the same 5 shirts all the time, the same 5 pants, the same 5 everything. Yeah.
Yes.
So, and you guys see me too, that I usually have the same kind of outfits. But the fact that you always want the high standard for everything and the level of organization and cleanliness that you have, it is admirable and enviable by anybody.
Oh.
I'm crying from my nose.
Yeah, my nose has been sweating.
Yeah, my nose is crying too.
I'm fine, guys. I'm like, okay.
You bastard.
Oh,
all right.
You?
I haven't even started sweating.
We're jumping into the Sriracha.
Oh my god.
Did it get you?
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm sorry.
On my white shirt.
I wasn't expecting it to spit on me.
Too funny.
At least buy me dinners before spitting on me.
Jesus.
Sorry, too much?
You haven't even...
You gonna have to
Go
put
for
on
it,
top
go
of
for
it, man.
Go for it. Go for it.
Enjoy it. How often you get to just dab a bunch of sriracha in your chicken nuggets? Not often, right?
You can give this sauce
Oh, yeah.
to...
Yeah, sorry.
Just like,
It's just either I'm focusing here or I'm focusing here. I'm a very simple person.
You
Okay?
cannot multitask.
Mmm.
This is what, I'm sorry?
Sriracha.
Oh my god. Oh god.
It's just that one hit the back of my throat.
This one is not as bad.
No, this one I hit the back of my throat, so I felt it even more. The other
Actually,
ones I've kept it.
I felt the
in my
Tabasco a
tongue.
little bit more than this one.
Yeah, definitely.
Like this one was like perfect.
This one just hit me in the back, so I'm actually really sweating right now.
Okay.
The next question that I have. Sorry, I'm really sweating right now.
Oh my god. I'm handling this better than I thought.
Yeah. I'm
that
handling
one's
worse than what I thought.
Yeah, that was great. What a great chicken.
I know.
Yeah.
Anyways,
You know how in WWE you have those like walkout music of like rock and just very like show whatever. If you could have a song that you were ready to kick somebody's ass with, what song would you use?
Oh god.
That it could
That's
be like,
a really difficult
I'm ready.
question.
Before I forget by Slipknot.
oh, shit.
I just come out and I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh god, I have no idea.
I have a specific section of a song, but
Okay.
I want to know about yours.
No, I don't know.
Just a song that you could feel that like energy of like, yes.
It's like when
Bring
you're
it
working out.
on.
You don't have a song like when you work out that you like immediately feel more pumped.
Yeah.
You're funny. You think that I work out? That- I don't.
So when you're aggressively cradling your baby or something.
No. Oh my god. I don't.
Breastfeeding like.
No, okay. Okay.
Let me think about it because that really I don't know. I have no idea.
So go give us
So
your
for mine is the Giving Up.
Oh, okay.
Where Chester Bennington
Yeah.
does like a 7-second scream where he's like, and he's just constant. So I'm like, yes. Like I've used that song when I'm like, when I need to like wake up, when I'm really tired and I'm about to just be like, I'm about to crash out. I listen to that song to that specific section and I'm ready to duke it out with giants.
I mean, I would go with something that it's like female warrior, like some sort of song from like a Mulan type of movie that it's like she's a warrior, but it's also like a feminine rhythm. Like it's not like so masculine, aggressive. It will be something that it's a little more like on the feminine side, but like badass feminine. I have no idea which song that will be.
That's fine.
I knew I was gonna get you on these ones because
my
I know
God,
that you're
yeah.
naturally not an aggressive person. So I was like, I just want to see what you say about that.
Yeah, no, I blanked. I have no idea.
Good. Okay.
You know what I think would be a really good song that would be like that, like about to kick your ass. Maybe like some early Shakira, you know, where she was like punk rock and she was just very like aggressive and in your face, or something like the newer Linkin Park with the new singer,
The new singer.
that she also has that like but you know that energy.
I don't identify with that.
Yeah, no, of course. But I mean, again, you're not a violent person, so to even try to get you to that point, like it's gonna have to be something major.
There's this girl, she's a dancer, but now she became a singer, and I know her from Instagram. Enola Bedard, I think it's her name.
Okay.
And she has this new song that she just released that is like walk, 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 and it feels like it's silly. The song is kind of silly, but it's like you're moving forward, you're pushing forward, and so that will be my kind of song.
All right, we're ready for we got.
So this one is fire roasted jalapeno and garlic
Or do you want the
pepper
other one?
sauce.
Well,
we
we
got-
got 2 more questions and her question.
Okay, then yeah, perfect
That's
time.
fine.
Okay,
We go with that one.
I don't feel it as much as the sriracha.
This didn't get classified properly
Yeah,
in terms of level of
the
spice.
labels have been like super deceptive. Yeah,
You
this one has
wanna just
4.
do that one?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do this.
Let's just do that one. Hold on. Let's just do that one because that one didn't hit anything. Because I think my question is the last question before hers.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Okay. So yeah, fuck it. Let's do that one.
Just
like, wait a minute.
I started feeling it.
She's like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Let me how you living.
I'm just feeling it like in the back of my throat.
Yeah, that was a step up. That was definitely a step up.
Yeah. It's okay. Yeah. Ooh. So I naturally tolerate a lot of spice. I like spicy food, so I'm pretty fine with this.
This one was a step up.
It's starting to build up in the back, but it's not as bad. You know, one time I ordered a tikka masala, and I went hot, and they're like, "You sure about that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sure about that." The guy's like, "Are you sure about that?" And I was like, "Yeah." I got it delivered to my house. I did not anticipate how spicy it was. Imagine this, but a little bit more, but like the whole entire food.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't eat this because after one, like my tongue felt like this little needles in the tongue. Oh, and I was like, I can't.
Let me get that milk.
So while you guys gobble in the milk, I'm going to start with my question.
That was good.
So what's one thing that when you guys grew up, right, with your family, your culture, or your household, in your household, right, it's something that still affects how you see yourself today?
You want to answer that or you want me to answer?
What? Repeat the question.
What's one thing that we see to this day, some shit? Like how we perceive ourselves based on how we were raised.
Yeah, like what's something from your family, your culture, your household that to this day still affects how you see yourself?
Yours were very, like, psychological. I thought we were doing, like, movie stuff.
Yeah, but it's because I do have another one for a movie, which I was just going to leave it as a bonus at the end.
Okay.
When we were, like, absolutely dead.
This was a step up.
This definitely was spicy. I don't know that
Those were tears of pain.
Have you seen the laugh of Zach? That he's laughing and the program is just like...
Yeah.
That's just me, just watching you guys and like...
Yeah.
So something that really, like, has stayed with me all these years is that, and it's actually funny because it's a trauma response, I believe, from my mom. Yeah. She had a not so great relationship with her sisters-in-law, and they laugh really loud, and I laugh really loud. Yeah. And so my mother always would be just like, lower it down. You know, a lady doesn't laugh like that.
Okay.
You know, with your mouth wide open, like, you just, you know, you gotta tone it down. And I always felt like, am I not good enough? Like, is my laugh a problem? Like, the way that I laugh is a problem. The way that I speak and express myself is a problem. And it was this, like, subconscious thing until very recently, honestly, that I started to realize that I think my tongue just went numb. That I started to realize that it had nothing to do with my laugh or the way that I laugh or the volume. It had everything to do with her experience with that laughter.
Yeah, like
that
the
is
reminder.
very much right. Yeah. That is very much like a genetic. Like, all of the Sierra women laugh in the same way, and I think that it was that reminder for her of the different negative instances or memories that she has with her sisters-in-law. And so it was more of her projection of that stuff onto me because I was triggering that more than the laughter being a problem. And I actually, after marrying and my husband's grandmother, she loves my laughter. She's always been like, oh my God, I hope that your kids inherit that laugh because it's just so contagious and this. And it's like, oh, so it's not a problem. It was a problem for my mother from my mother's perspective, but it's not a problem per se. And so, yeah, of course, there's certain moments, certain circumstances where it's like, okay, I have to, like, tone it down. Like, you know, I have to
You're still
moderate.
conscious a little bit about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's a certain place and time to do that, obviously. Even, like, coming here, I was like, what if I get, like, the laughing attack? Like, I have to be sensitive with the microphone, you know, like that that type of stuff. And
I think you've noticed that it's okay to
just
go all out.
I mean,
I've been, like, hollering this entire time.
Well, or, like, if I, like, met King of England, you know, like, I wouldn't be like like laughing like that.
The King of England, like, what's up, dog? How you doing, bro?
You start laughing, it's like,
What's up, Chuck?
king and is like,
All right. So
The king is like,
and so I just realized later in life that it had nothing to do with the way that I laughed, and it was more like her trigger, but it was something that when I grew up, it was, oh my God, the way that I laugh. Oh, here we go. She's gonna be like, tone it down. Don't do it so loudly. La la la.
that's awesome. Yeah.
And
I mean, no,
it was
sorry.
actually when I went to
that's not awesome.
Sorry, I'm
That's
saying
not
like
awesome.
also
Yeah.
realizing that it's not it's not with me.
Like
yeah.
that's sorry. That's what I meant to say.
That
It's just,
healing moment was awesome.
it's just I was delayed. My audio was delayed. It came out after she said.
He's like, yeah, I had a really troublesome childhood, bro. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
I'm saying there was a delay.
And so there was actually a time that I went to a comedy show and someone was like, oh my God, you're laughing too loud. And it's like, seriously, like this is the place where I can
Yeah.
actually laugh
Yeah.
and just be that, like let it be wild.
Yeah.
And now I go to comedy shows and I laugh so loud that even if I'm not front row, the comedian is going to realize and is going to like interact with me because I just laugh so loud. But then that's actually something that I've always also had friends nowadays that they're like, if we ever go to a comedy show, it has to be with Anna because her laughter is just like, even if the joke is not that great, she's going to make it great just by laughing because it's so contagious. And so now I learned to love it. But there was a lot of years in my life that I was a little subconscious and like, oh, don't do that. Lower the volume.
Okay. What about you?
For me, it's just that like I've always felt like the black sheep of my family, and in a lot of ways, I am. It was that sense
For good and for bad.
for good and for bad. Yeah. Yeah, I've always been kind of rambunctious and kind of like like fight ready of like, bro, we're gonna like if we need to throw down, we need to throw down. Whereas my family's more like, let's take it easy, let's And also I'm very chatty and very like outgoing, very like that. Where my family is again more like calm and a little bit more sane, I guess. But so there was
We calculate more.
There you go. And so I always felt like I needed to prove myself to people, and I need to be fit in, and I needed to be liked because I had that like sense of you're not like us, so you're always like on your own. So I had to have that sense of like I need to be liked, and to a certain degree, still to this moment in my life, I in a lot of ways I appreciate more my friends than my family. Nothing against my family, it's just that like I feel like my friends have helped me reach a new level of empathy, and they challenge me in a lot of ways that my family really is not that present in my life. And I haven't made lately an effort to be a present in theirs. Yeah. What about you?
Okay. Well, growing up, I'm an only child. And so
I feel sorry for
Fucking loser.
it was great.
Sorry for you.
No, it was awesome. I loved it. But I think that simultaneously,
You don't know what you're missing out on.
if you have siblings, you're always fighting. You always have this thing. Like, every time I hear somebody with siblings, like, oh my God, I hate my brother or I hate my sister, just because of the fact that they're always like fighting and stuff like that. And I grew up without that, which, at some point it gets to you because you're like, well, I grew up alone. But at the same time, it was awesome because everything was given to me. Like, every time they would buy something, it was always for me.
Yeah.
But that also made me grow up in a way that I was like obsessive to a degree of like certain things like my stuff, because it's like my stuff and I didn't get to share a lot of stuff. So like I remember when I was a kid, I used to have my friends come over, like little kids. We're all little kids. And I had an Xbox that my cousins had sent me from here. And I remember I used to invite a little bunch of kids to play Xbox, right? And they would just sit down and watch me play because I didn't want them to like...
You didn't learn sharing is caring.
I didn't want them to damage my controllers or something like that. So I feel like partially, growing up as an only child, that was kind of affected me. And to this day, I'm still like that with certain things.
Yeah.
And in the house, or like, with like the way I want to have certain things, I'm like, it has to be like this. Don't move it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still having that.
Like a little bit of a control freak.
Yeah, still kind of stuck with me a little bit of having that control over things, and I'm learning to let go.
I mean, because there was a moment in my life when I actually lived in Plaza in the apartment that my dad had, where I had his Xbox for like a year, a year or 2 years, no, a year, because I only lived there for a year, and he would like legitimately tell me like, every disc is going in its case. I don't want to see this disc in this case and this disc in this case. No, like I'm not having it. So he's like, bro, okay, relax. So even like when I would play, I would like freak out and be like, okay, this CD in this case, because I'm gonna get beat up. Like,
oh my goodness.
Yeah,
that's
it's
crazy.
Just, I guess it was part of that, like just growing up as an only child.
Yeah, but honestly, I do feel for you. Like, everyone has different stories as to why you were an only child or why it was the two of us growing up. But honestly, it was something that we were told a lot growing up, and is that you only have each other. Like the day that our parents die, I only have him, he only has me. So yeah, so we grew up with that whole mentality of we only have each other. But honestly, and we have cousins, all of us. So my grandma had 8 grandkids, and so it's two, and their relationship between siblings, between them, it's so different than between the two of us. Like honestly, even though we were boy girl, completely different interests, all of that, and even though we were a lot in conflict, like general sibling conflict, but also that whole jealousy and who's better and all of that, but we were always very close. And I am glad that my mom gave me like my best friend for life, because I do appreciate having my brother. And so honestly so honestly, it's just for the show. I'm just kidding.
I know. It's for the cameras. Say hi to the cameras.
This is just for you. Honestly, I appreciate that.
I'm sweating.
It's true. You know, it's true.
He's not moved. He's
no.
just, it was
but
the sauce.
It's true what you're saying, because, for example, from my perspective, the point where I know that inevitably my parents are not going to be able to be by themselves, it falls on me. So I'm like, that pressure, it's times 2, because I'm like, now I'm like, fuck, I gotta work out extra hard, because I'm gonna have, at some point, the only person they're gonna have is me. So that always has been in my mind and has always affected me heavily, because I'm like always like stressed, because I'm like, as we get closer, they're not getting any younger. It's always like in my mind that I'm like, I need to be able to provide enough for myself, for them, and for my future, you know, partner, kids and wife and everything that I'm gonna have. So it's a lot of pressure that just builds up in one person, which it's intense.
It's scary.
It's very scary. For this last question, we're gonna open the mic for you to ask us a question that obviously you will answer yourself as well. So everybody, get your wing ready. Your chicken. Why do I keep on saying wings? They're chicken nuggets.
It's usually wings. So
go all out.
All out.
This is
all
it.
Out on that bitch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the previous sauce was worse. Nope, never mind. I'll shut up.
All right, let's go.
It's good, it's flavorful, but I'm in pain.
This is supposed to be a ghost pepper wing sauce.
Woo! Woo!
Oh my god. Oh god.
A fiery blend of cayenne and our signature habanero peppers. You know what? This is just hurting my throat. This is not even enjoyable. It was flavorful at first, though.
It was.
It was really flavorful at first. Like the moment you bite it, it's like nice.
Yeah. And then it just goes downhill fast.
Yeah. But
sorry, I have to write down my question, but I'm not gonna answer it because I'm not really into video games. But I wanted to ask you, what do you think made video games from like the 80s and the 90s so memorable and influential compared to modern games? Like today, modern day games, sometimes they're like, don't even last. Yeah. It's like there's a fever and then it just passes. Mm-hmm. Not every single video game really lasts or is so impactful. Whereas before, maybe lack of variety, I'm not really sure. But they continue to get recreated, like Pac-Man. It continues to get recreated in many different ways. And so why do you think that is?
I think it's mostly because of how new it was at the time. Mm-hmm. That the limitations of people having it made it that much more special. Yeah, exactly. Because if you think about it, if everybody has the same thing, then it loses the feeling that it's special. But if you're the only person that has it, or like very few people have it, you're like, wow, I want to, like, I'm have the crazy for it. It's kind of like when iPhone came out, you know, everybody had like this crazy, they want to have an iPhone because it's like the new thing, you know, and it's similar to the gaming industry. It's just because a lot of the games at the beginning, you know, they were very limited to certain individuals. So for example, I'm imagining, like, for example, by the time it was out here, it took a time to get maybe to Colombia, or it took a time to get to other places that couldn't even have them. So that created, I think, a more powerful reaction compared to like games now that are more accessible, right? You can play games on your computer, you can play games on your phone. Everywhere you play, you can actually play games. So I think that Sorry, that kind of has a more.
It hit you?
Huh?
It hit you in the back?
Yeah, a little bit. But that was the reason why I feel like it was more impactful back then. I can't even talk anymore. I'm like, impactful. It was impactful back then.
When I do the nail.
Your tongue is also numb.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So for me, it has... I think the more I talk, the more painful it is. 4 factors. First of all, that you only had one chance to release a game, because right now you can do patches, you can do updates, you can do DLC, you can do so many things to a game that
it was like the final product.
Correct. It was final, it was done, you only had one chance, so it was great. It was either great or it was a failure, period. Second of all, what you were saying, like that level of, you had to pack all of this into this. So 8-bit music is fantastic. Level design was great.
Yeah.
Boss fights were memorable because each thing had to be so special, because you didn't have time to waste. You didn't have space in the physical disc or the game card or the cartridge to fool around and do pointless quests. So everything had to be condensed, precise, just all in. The third one is since not a lot of people had consoles, not a lot of people had the accessibility, like you were saying, to that. They highly encouraged like a lot of players in the same thing. So if you remember, like PlayStation had that L thing that you could plug in 4 controllers.
Yeah.
So you could play. That term is called couch co-op, meaning you're actually sitting in the same place playing together as a team or against each other or whatever. So you brought a lot of people in, and that was like a hangout. It was special. It was meaningful. It was like, oh, let's all meet up at so-and-so's house to play.
Yeah.
It was like...
Couch co-op died a little bit. That It's very hard to get a game now that you can play
in the couch, like
two people in the
together.
same household. That now it's like very difficult to get those
Typically
games.
it's 2, but it's not even more than that. Like
Yeah,
you cannot have games of more than 2
But now,
players.
even days now, they don't do that as much.
Yeah.
Now it's more like you by yourself, and that's it. And you can play online.
Or
but
online, other people that
not in the same household, which loses that.
touch.
Yeah, that connection that you can make with with the people around you. It's like we can all right now jump in and play all together, but now it's very
There's not
difficult
a lot
to do
of
that. Exactly.
a lot of like encouragement to do so.
Yeah.
And the fourth thing, since the video game industry wasn't such a prevalent industry, so like they didn't have the commercials on TV all the time, they didn't have the sponsorships all the time, it wasn't as massive as it is now. People were like really going all out for that. So it was all about passion, all about art. It wasn't so, because right now there's this thing called microtransactions or pay to win or something like that. It gives advantage to someone just dumping money. Before it was just like, you gotta get good. You got to unlock things. You have to get good at this. You have to learn the mechanics. So it encouraged all of that. And also the people were just bleeding all of, like, pouring every single ounce of their being into that game. Whereas now things are cut corners and people can get away with it as long as it looks pretty or as long as it plays kind of nice. People
just
forget
pay
it.
more and then you'll be able to get to the next milestone.
Correct. So it was more about like that passion.
Yeah.
More passion. Okay. Sorry,
I think I have a bonus question too, but I want to hear yours.
I do have a bonus question too.
Okay. No, mine is very short. What character from any movie, game, or anything like that do you think you can relate to the most? And you cannot say anything that you do. So do not mention anything from My Hero Academia, and do not mention anything from Brotherhood.
Why not? I'm not in Brotherhood.
No, but I just don't want you to use them because you always talk about them. So I want you to give us some other character.
He wants you to think hard.
No, I know a character for sure.
Not Wolverine either.
No.
Okay, good. That's what I think.
I always talk about Wolverine in My Hero Academia and Full Metal.
Yeah, so those are the usual ones. Go ahead.
I was growing up obsessed with Mulan. She was just like, if I were to pick one Disney princess, it would be Mulan for sure. She was just like badass warrior. You know, she didn't take anyone's shit. Like she would just go for what she wanted. Very goal oriented, and I love Mulan. And so I think that there's a lot of that female strength that I admire in Mulan, and that I think I want to say that I have that within me.
Nice.
And so that will be the one the one character that I would
And
choose.
that's a testament to really good writing and the fact that you don't need to sexualize female characters in order to have female characters. Like
to
Mulan,
show their power.
Mulan is the perfect example of somebody that is driven, that is taking charge, that is the protagonist, that is the focus of the entire thing. And you don't need to be bashing men, and you also don't need to be super hypersexualized. So I love that it's a great blend of both. For me, it would be Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Don't interrupt. So
shut up.
Shut up, our dear guest.
Sorry.
So
they're so cordial here with the guests,
Yeah, I know.
by the way.
So Zuko was always somebody that I related to, even to this day, because of his arc as a whole character. The fact that he starts very arrogant, very like full of himself, very self-centered, very egotistical, and along the ride, you see him fall. You see him get humiliated. You see him just fail and fail and fail and fail to the point that he has to change. He has to get better. He has to adapt to the new situations. Just to give you a little rundown of the character, he's a banished prince from like a war nation, like a warring nation. So he gets the honor taken from him, basically, and he gets exiled. So throughout the show, he's trying to get back his honor and become somebody that he could be proud of. And then as the times goes by, he realizes that the way that he was doing things wasn't the healthiest way. So he switches into a more healthy, more like compassionate way. And that's how I feel that my life went, and my life is still going.
Okay.
What about you?
Cool. Mine, surprisingly enough, is Robin from the Teen Titans.
Oh, okay.
That becomes Nightwing. The reason why is because Robin from the Teen Titans, he is the leader of the Teen Titans. However, Robin is the sidekick of Batman, right? So why I always say that is because the reason why I could relate to the character is because, you know, growing up and you become professional, you're working, right? And you begin working for someone else. You begin working for someone, doing things for other people until you finally are able to break up and do your own thing, right? And Robin was always under Batman, right, doing his things, but also when he was in Teen Titans, they looked at him as the leader. And for a lot of the times, I feel like people come to me when you know manage or something like that in places. So usually people come to me, but never had like my own thing. And as of not too long ago, I started doing my own stuff, and now I'm kind of taking my own initiative to get out and do my own, right? Open my own business, go out there and try to get those things out. So now I'm kind of like that transition from being
The
that
sidekick
sidekick
to the main hero.
to being my own hero in my own way. So
wow,
that's
I
why I
love it.
relate to Robin a lot, especially growing into becoming Nightwing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So actually, for this question,
Mm-hmm.
let's all dab a little bit on our finger and lick it for the ghost pepper one.
Oh no, I don't want to do that.
It tastes so good when you first get it.
Yeah.
I want more.
But since this one doesn't have the chicken to bring it down a little bit, that's why it was packed a little bit of a punch.
It's good.
Yeah. My question is, if you could go back in time and see one of your parents' childhood, who would you pick?
I will probably go see my father's. I feel like there's been a lot of his trauma response is blocking everything, and so he doesn't open up. As a matter of fact, the first time that I feel like my dad opened up to me, like really open up and be like raw and honest, was because he had just gotten out of surgery, and so he was still under the effect of the anesthesia, and so he opened up and he was so connected emotionally. He lost his mother when he was 17. And he was the oldest. So my grandmother died very young and left her kids very, very little. So he doesn't really talk about her like that. Not too much. There's a lot of blocked memories there, and a lot of things that he just likes to hide, that he doesn't want to necessarily open up to. And that day he opened up beautifully, and it was oh my God, I had that one-on-one, and I opened up too. It was really beautiful. And then 6 months later, he's super upset with me, and is what happened? And he's you never visited me at the hospital. It's what do you mean? I was at the hospital.
Oh, wow.
He doesn't remember that I went to the hospital, so he doesn't remember that conversation. So that conversation was a gift to me.
Yeah.
But to him, it didn't happen.
Oh, wow.
And so that's how much he closes himself up. And so if I could go back and see one of the two of them, I will probably want to see my dad's.
Plus, like, also, he was heavily under anesthesia, so that's why probably he doesn't remember, because he was so out of it that most likely he doesn't remember.
Right, no, I get that. My point is that from a conscious point, he wouldn't open up like that. He never has.
Right.
So it took a lot of anesthesia for him to open up, and then I've kept that as like a beautiful memory, but it's only mine because he doesn't remember that he opened up like that.
Yeah,
I don't think that he even remembers the specific stories that he shared, and those were stories that it's the first time that I hear about them. That's how closed off or I don't even know if it's closed off.
He diffuses a lot with comedy. Like, he likes to distract things with, like, making dumb jokes.
Yeah.
But it's not just that. It's just that he won't talk about it. He just won't talk about it. And so...
Yeah, trauma response.
Absolutely. Like, with my mom, I feel like she also doesn't allow herself to remember a lot of things. But I feel like she's not so closed off. My dad is. For him, it was always about, I always heard from him saying, when you were born, then I had meaning. My life had meaning. Like, I lost meaning when my mother passed away at 17, and I regained meaning when you were born at 31, 32. I don't remember how old he was. There's a lot of 32 and before that he just has blocked.
Right.
And so I would like to be able to see that and potentially it would allow me to also understand him a little bit better.
So. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if I could, I would personally love to see both of my parents, because I know they had a rough upbringing, but I know my dad had to step down from a very, very young age to be the man of the house. Basically take care of all his brothers. He has 7 brothers. He's not the oldest, but yet he stepped up to basically take care of all of them and become the man of the house. And from a very young age, he had to do that and push himself. And I would love to see that part of him, because we've talked about it. He's not necessarily closed out of it. Just be there and kind of see it, I think would also help me understand a little bit more. And I'll bring my mom along the way.
Yeah. I also would pick my dad. I just want to see, because my dad has a million stories about, especially when he was a kid, of him doing like really weird, funny, just getting in trouble all the time.
Yeah. He was like Dennis the Menace.
He was Dennis the Menace times 10, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he almost, like, him and his cousin were trying to play superhero, so he put
like a
blanket around his neck. And he was about to jump out of the balcony, and my dad was about to hold him, so he was almost strangled him. So my dad has a bunch of stories like that. So I want to see that, because I want to understand that spark that my dad had. And I want to understand how driven he's always been, and how, like, I'm just going to do this and let's do it, and how fun it would be. But also I want to understand his connection with his mom.
Okay.
Because he's always said, like, she was my life. She was a bright spot wherever she went. So I want to also see that, and how he looked at her, and how she looked at him, and all of that. So,
of course.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, right.
And I think that also being able to interact with our grandmother, because again, she passed away when my dad was 17, so we never got the opportunity to interact with her. And we've had multiple bonus grandmas all throughout. I mean, even from different continents, we've had a bonus grandma, but we never had our grandma.
Yeah.
So that would have been cool. So my bonus question is, the movie Titanic, was there room on that table for Jack?
I want 100%. You to answer, and then I'll answer, because
no, that's my question, so you guys get to
answer. Answer, because I have an answer. I have a very specific answer. I'm sorry.
Okay. So I get to answer first?
Yeah.
I think that there was. I think that she was just being, like, selfish, because she was rich and entitled.
She was rich and entitled.
Yeah, so. No, but I really feel like she was just hopeful that nothing was going to happen with him being in the water, and so they didn't try hard enough.
I think there was space. I mean, from the shot of the camera and everything, you see it, the angle, they have plenty of space. She's just, I don't understand.
But then the cameras can be deceiving, and they can make us stay
but if they just cuddle up a little bit, they can warm each other
one on
up.
top of the other or something, like, figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the scientific answer.
Oh God.
The real patented
shit.
answer.
Here we go again.
Here we go again with the movie facts. I believe it was in 2017 or 2018.
Yeah.
James Cameron, the director of Titanic,
yeah,
recreated that scene because of the buoyancy and the way that the door was structured. If you tried to get on top of it, it was going to flip.
Yes.
So unless either of both of them had life vests, they wouldn't have been able to get on top of them, of the door, both of them. So no matter what, one had to get down for the other to get up. Now they could have switched and not get hypothermia, each one of them, like, so get out 20 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever and then go back in. Of course, it was going to be a lot colder when you get in.
Yeah, I think they would both got hypothermia if they were doing that.
Yeah, I think
but
so
at the
too.
same time, like, they were both trying to, like,
Yeah.
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 But the scientific answer is no. There was space, but they couldn't have done it without life vests because of the buoyancy, not only of the door, but also of themselves.
Okay.
But my question was there enough space?
But the whole scientific answer is yes, but they couldn't have gotten.
It was a simple yes or no answer, man.
It's never that simple with me.
Okay.
So there was, the answer is yes, but they wouldn't have been able to make it.
Correct. And they both would have died.
They
Fine.
both would have died.
Fine.
Kind of like Shakespeare's tragedies.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think this was a really fun episode. It was
It
really
really
fun
was.
personally. I don't think it was as spicy as I thought it was going to be. I wanted
Yeah,
it
I thought
more.
that this thing was going to like build up to where it was going to be unbearable. There was a moment that I was like, oh no, my God, like I ran out of milk.
I mean, he was sweating profusely the whole
Oh,
time.
yeah.
I feel like I handled it just a tad bit better than you did. I don't
For
know.
sure.
Now, granted, I sweat a lot as it is.
Yeah, but
So-
even your voice, you were kind of like changing your voice, and it was kind of like
I wasn't changing my voice. This thing dries up my voice.
whatever. I don't feel like it did all of that.
Just take it, man. Just take it. You didn't handle it as well.
No, I'm not saying I didn't handle it
Didn't
well.
handle it as well, man.
I'm saying,
you lost
like,
it.
I'm debunking shit. Welcome to the truth show.
No. I'm with you. He struggled.
I
Yeah,
struggled.
anyways,
I did.
We're saying that I didn't struggle as much as I thought that I was going.
Yeah. But I think overall, I think the sriracha for some reason felt a little bit more spicy, or like the Tabasco. There was one that
No,
felt
the
more spicy.
Tabasco
No,
felt
the
hard.
last
Tabasco.
one, the last one with the ghost pepper
Yeah,
was
this
not
one, yeah.
fun.
This one was
So-
like a pinch in the nuts.
Yeah, but I wanted to sweat. I wanted to be like,
I
And
mean,
it didn't-
I did sweat, and I did have my boogies coming out like a lot of the times. So,
that's all right. We're gonna have some coconut ice cream now.
oh,
Anyways, so we want to thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
this
Thank
was
you for having me.
Again, a very fun episode, and this marks the beginning of season 2, where we're
Yay.
hoping to continue to be doing this more often.
yes.
And I hope you had a great time with us.
I did. Thank you for having me. I know that you guys are more nerdy than I am. Like, you can tell in my answers that it's like very commercial stuff.
That's
like,
okay.
Like Disney. This
That's
was
okay.
not sponsored by Disney. But I also have been kind of like out of the scene of movies and all of that because I have 2 little kids. And so I watch more, Coco and Encanto than I watch any other movies. And I definitely don't play video games. Like, I barely know about Fortnite and what Minecraft because of my nephew. But otherwise, I'm disconnected from that world. But it was really fun. I agree with Juan. I was not expecting it to have so deep questions. Like, I thought that it was going to be more like, oh, what's your favorite movie? And, that type of stuff. So it was kind of like, oh, he's making me think. This is crazy.
Oh yeah.
But it was really fun, and it was really delicious. And I will never eat this again. I'm going to put it on the side. I refuse to eat that ever again. But thank you. And you guys should really feel proud of yourselves because you guys have an amazing podcast. Thank you for having me. And I can't wait to see the rest of the guests that you're going to have on this season too.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for being in this ride with us. We want to thank each and every one of you. Hopefully, you can also answer the same questions that we asked down in the comments. We would love to see your answers. Where can they find you on social media?
Dan Valder, just everywhere, anywhere, just that.
And for me, Juan Fesierra Cortez, most anywhere.
And the Different List podcast and Instagram,
Yes.
TikTok, YouTube, X. No, we don't have
No,
X.
we don't have X.
But everywhere else.
MySpace, High Five,
Wow, we really went back in
MSN.
time.
MSN.
Amazon.
God.
Yeah, you can find us in
Everywhere.
Pirate Bay.
So just stay tuned for episodes every other Monday at 7 p.m. And we'll catch you guys later.